Hey, it's Lily. Thank you for joining me. In this video, I'll be swatching some Robert Oster fountain pen inks, and I purchased all of these recently besides the Galen Leather collaboration. And this first one is Australian Sky Blue, a really nice, pretty sky blue as the name suggests. There is a little bit of sheening, but hard to tell from the sample that I have. I think I'll know more when I use it in a pen, but as far as I can tell from the swatch and with writing, it is a very nice no nonsense kind of blue. So I got all of these besides the Galen Leather collaboration off Facebook secondhand from other people who didn't want them anymore, and I love me some blue and green, so I was pretty excited when I saw these colors for sale. And so there is some usage, as you can see in the bottles, but it's definitely got a lot left in all the bottles. This next one is called Blue Denim, and this is a really nice dark saturated kind of color, and I really do think this is more green though. So from the video here, looking at it wet, you can see that it is blue, but when it dries up, I really do think it leans more green. And it also has a bit of red sheen after it dries as well. Do you have this color? If you do, let me know if you would classify this as a blue or as a green. I really think it is more of a green though. It does remind me a little bit of maybe like Velvet Storm or something, maybe, I'm not sure. Next up, we've got Blue Water Ice, very similar to the Australian Sky Blue and also very similar to the Galen Leather collaboration on the end there called Admiral Blue. It is darker though, and there is a little bit of sheen from what I can see, like pinkish sheen, really nice. In general, I can give or take sheen. I can really appreciate it on some good paper, but I use A4 copy paper for work every day, so I really can't appreciate the properties of the sheening inks. It is really pretty though, and yeah, a nice blue. Nothing much to say about it. It feels quite wet, but from what I've used with Robert Oster inks, they aren't too wet and they aren't too dry. So yeah, just super pretty and yeah, really nice. Reminds me a bit of Diamine Acid Blue actually. Next up we have Peppermint, and this is a dark green peppermint color. This would be perfect for like St. Patrick's Day or even like Christmas. It has a bit of red sheen and it just looks really pretty. I look forward to inking this up in a pen. I love dark greens, and this one would look so nice, I think. Yeah, it just looks like my kind of color. Do you use green inks or do you stay away from them? I know people generally have some kind of favorite colors, but green I think is definitely mine. But in terms of quantity, I definitely do have more blue inks though, and I think that's just because for work, when I first started out buying inks, I bought black and then I bought blue, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, blue deviates a little bit from black. But now I just use like all the colors. So here it is dried down and it looks quite nice. Next up we have True Blue, and this one is darker than the Blue Water Ice and darker than the Australian Sky Blue. So if I was to grade it in terms of lightest to darkest, it would be the Australian Sky Blue, then the Blue Water Ice, and then the True Blue being the darkest blue out of those three. This one has a bit of a pinkish purple sheen, and yeah, it's really nice. I don't know if it will show up on A4 copy paper, but I know that with some nice paper like Madeira, it will definitely show up and I can appreciate sheen. and definitely more usable than shimmers because it doesn't clog up the pen and it's easy to just clean out the pen like usual, but then you get an extra special element to the ink without having worrying too much. So yeah, I do think Sheins are quite nice. I don't particularly need them, but they don't cost any more or less than standard inks, so why not? Next up we have Romeo and Juliet, and this is more of a recent ink. I think it came out a few months ago. I remember seeing it online and I thought it was quite pretty. I do remember looking at swatches and thinking it was a little bit darker, but for some reason this didn't show up as saturated as I thought it would be, or maybe that's just how my swatch turned out. I really do need to try this in a pen to see how it will go. It is quite pretty. It's a tealy kind of blue, I guess. And you can see it here next to a swatch play card from Robert Oster. So this seller who sold this to me gave me that card along with the bottle, which is really nice. I do appreciate that, and I like having my own swatch card as well, so I will be keeping theirs and also mine because I think they're nice. Next up, I'm just showing you the Galen Leather collaboration Admiral Blue and what it looks like next to Amairo from Palette Iroshizuku. I no longer have that ink because I think that the Admiral Blue is so similar that I don't need the two inks, so I just kept the Galen Leather collab one. So here are all the inks I swatched out plus the Galen Leather collab. Which one do you like, and do you have any of them? Do you plan to try any of them? Do you even like blues? I know some people steer away from blues because there are so many other colors that you could play with, and I understand blue can be a little bit basic, not basic. But yeah, I enjoy me a good blue, and I'm just going to show you some more pictures of the swatch cards. So we have the first one, Australian Sky Blue, and then we have Blue Denim, which really looks more green, I think, in person. And then we have Blue Water Ice, and then we have Peppermint. Next up we've got True Blue. Second last here we've got Romeo and Juliet. And then the one I swatched beforehand ages ago is Admiral Blue, the Galen Leather collab. So I ran out of ink, I think, when I was using the glass tip pen, so it didn't show up as much, but I didn't have much experience using the glass tip pen like back then, so I think you have to get enough on the glass tip pen to actually have it saturated. I think I have a bit more experience with it now, but previously I dipped it once and I thought, oh, you know, I'm good to go, but not really, because it's not a fountain pen, but I didn't really think too much about it. Now I know. So that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you do plan on picking up any of these, and I will catch you in my next video.